security. This is one area where President Buhari has been unequivocal since he took the mantle of leadership in May of 2015. He promised to tackle the scourge of Boko Haram frontally, and indeed he did. He asked for the command base to be moved to Maiduguri and to remain there until Boko Haram was decimated. Of course, today was not only an independence anniversary trip, it was also for him to see things for himself since this battle was declared. So we're talking security, not just Boko Haram, but a number of other issues that relate directly and indirectly to security. And for that, we have three distinguished gentlemen joining us in the studio, three security experts in their individual rights. Sitting directly next to Ijoma is Colonel Yomi Dare, former director of Nigerian Army Legal Services and a security expert. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me on board.
Sitting next to him is retired Assistant Inspector General of Police, Mr. Donald Iroham. Mr. Iroham, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
And of course, Captain Ali Umar is a regular with us here. He's been here several times to talk about various issues on security. Thank you once again for joining us. I think it would be tried for us to ask, have we done well in terms of security? Because I think that has been the central focus of virtually everything this administration has done. So I think we'll leave that and just go straight into the nitty-gritty. What more can we do at this point to tackle some of the latent challenges that are now emerging? Boko Haram has been there for quite a while, but there are other challenges that are now emerging. Small arms proliferation, the issue of kidnapping and other such sub-national crimes and so on. Would you say that, and I think maybe I should just start with AIG Roha, because essentially when we talk of non-territorial crimes, we're talking about the police. Where are we with these? Where are we with this at this point?
Well, thank you very much. On a scorecard of level of 1 to 10, one will suggest that so far we have scored about just 40%, 4 over 10, from my own analysis and submission. You see, security is tied to so many other issues. We should not be talking about security in isolation. The structure that we're operating in this country is very faulty. And because of this basic issue of a faulty structure, foundation, you can never, no matter what you try to do, you can never, as things stand in Nigeria, score 80% in the next 2-3 years if things remain the same.
What do you mean exactly by the structure?
Well, what I mean by the structure is you're looking at Nigeria now. You see a lot of dissension all over the place. People are clamoring for change, real change, not changey, real change. You were talking about Boko Haram, you were talking about IPOB, you were talking about Niger Delta militants, you were talking about Middle Belt uprising, and so on and so forth. You are talking about Fulani herdsmen, who are number 4, what do you call them? The World Security Index, they are number 4, most terrible terrorists. So these are the issues. So the structure of Nigeria is such that it encourages insecurity. How? Nigeria is so structured that the mechanism for a smooth running of the system is not there. Why? Because we have not gotten it right. We should go back to the 1963 Constitution or the 2014 Confab or to Aburi Accord. I'm talking as an Igbo man because I know where it pinches me. I'm wearing a black band today because we are mourning. We are mourning because I lost some blood relatives due to Operation Python, whatever. So I'm not happy with the things, with the way the things are. So unless we get the structure right in this country, we are wasting our time.
Colonel Dale, let me just come to you. You know, looking at
the cost of insecurity in the country and the cost of the insurgency, and that's why I'm bringing that question to you. I was reading the report by Human Rights Watch, the 2017 report. High on that list is the humanitarian crisis, talking about how many widows there are, what the security forces actually do when they're on the ground there. And they're talking about the fact that even the gains that have been made, you know, by the army, by the military, are somehow eroded when you look at the sort of humanitarian crisis that is going on there right now, not just in the northeast, but on other little pockets where you have such operations. How can we get this right?
Thank you very much, Ijoma. I just feel like posing the same question in another way back to you.
I should pose it back to you, being the former army legal services.
Yes, yeah. because what's the cause of this humanitarian crisis? Who caused it? Yes, there was a gain from the crises. In the northeast, that is, the military made some appreciable effort, you know, by curbing the activities of the insurgents, you know. But again, yes, we have high cases of, humanitarian. You find people being displaced all over the, you know. So I've said it on this platform several times that in any war situation, there must be what you call unintended consequences. Because nobody just wakes up and, want to make some people motherless or fatherless or husbandless, you know. So these are the fallouts. So that is why we are saying that we have to be reasonable. We must all be reasonable, okay? As it stands now, I mean, my brother here is wearing a black band. According to him, I mean, I'm sorry for your loss. Yeah. I'm sorry, you know. But again, these are the things we are talking about. But I read in the papers that some people have been instructed to wear black. I don't want to believe that you are part of that group anyway.
But we will not bring up that here.
What group was that?
Well, I just read in the papers that there was some kind of order that people should wear black.
I think AIG is not on that.
Okay.
It's neither here nor there.
And there will always be issues in the papers.
Yes.
But let's look at the issues right now.
Right now.
We're looking at the degree of the casualty we're talking about. Yes, of course, when in a situation where you have war or something like that, there are casualties. But what this report is talking about is the sort of exploitation that goes on there and what is happening to the people who they're supposed to be protecting at this time. And it isn't enough to say, oh yes, it happens, but is there no concerted efforts to ensure that it stops happening so that we are happy when we see the troops there?
Yes, I'm aware that there are a series of committees set up to investigate where people have gone overboard, okay? I mean, there was a clear case of the attack on I think it was on some journalists in Owerri. Yeah. Okay. And then you all read how the military command in that area moved in, you know, to assuage, frayed nerves, you know, and then even compensated them, you know. All right. So I mean, the point is that whether you like it or not, once military men are out, you know, to carry out exercises, you find some of these things happening. You know, but that is not to say that it is right. I'm not here saying that such is right, you know. But again, you know, people some people get excited, and then, you know, in the midst of this trying to put things right, you know.